Well, hello. Hello, hello, hello. I am so sorry about last night. Thank God for other Stampin' Up! Demonstrators who I went to last night and got online and asked them if they'd been having problems with Facebook. And yep, I know you're backwards. Let me see. I have to play around now and see how things are working, because they change things all the time. So now I think you're straight. Hi, Marcia. Thank you for finding me this morning. So anyway, yes, the live button whenever we're landscape is different now. It's in a different place. You have to do 2 steps instead of 1 to get there. When you're portrait, everything's the same, nothing changed. So it would have been nice to know that. I'd been on a week's hiatus because of my parents, or not my parents, my mom and my husband. I have 2 patients right now. And so I took a little hiatus and got everything organized around the house. Hi, honey. And when I came back, Facebook had decided to change things, and I had no clue. So anyway, we're here now, and I tell myself, you can't complain. It's a free service, right? So you just got to keep up with the times. Yeah, so I got on just a little early to make sure that I was able to get on. So we've got 4 minutes. Hello, Marcia. Welcome, sweetie. And then we will get started right at 8. Give everybody some time to see their notification and get on. I know a lot of you will have to watch the replay because I'm on at a whole different time than normal. But I do have a cute little fun fold for you. I kind of got the idea. A couple of weeks ago, I showed you that I talked to you about going to lunch with my manager, and she had gone to backstage and she had some fun folds. Well, she made a card that looked like a little blouse with collar and stuff. Well, this is different, but the same kind of sort of, you'll see when I show it to you. So I got the idea for that, and I'm using this adorable rustic crate bundle. I don't know if you missed it or weren't interested in it, or just said it has to wait its turn. Hey, Laura. But it's on page 46 of the current mini catalog, and it's darling. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so glad you're recovering and from your surgery, Marcia. It'll be a lot better once you get through it. My neighbor had that surgery, and now he is just like new. And my husband's surgery, he's doing really well. Thank you guys for your prayers, your concern. But yeah, surgeries take it out of us, doesn't it? So anyway, I'm using this cute bundle, and we'll start playing in 2 more minutes. So everybody asked about my husband, so I'll switch subjects and go on to that. He had his foot reconstructed. Ugh. Hi, Debbie. Yeah, the surgeon, when he called me to tell me surgery was over, scared me a little bit. Hello, Louise. Oh, I'm sorry you're having pain. Oh, I'm so sorry. He said it was a lot, Mrs. Morales. Hey, Annie, it was a lot. And I knew it was. My husband literally was walking on the side of his foot for a long time, and it was getting worse and worse and worse. And hi, Sally. And he had 6 incisions in his foot. No, 5 incisions in his foot. Hi, Sally. Hi, Allie. And 2 bolts, a reconstruction of a bone, tightening of ligaments. There's arthritis there. So it is a lot on one little foot. And he's Superman. I literally bought my dad went through so much, and I literally bought him a Superman t-shirt because he just was Superman. And Ken is doing the same thing. He is off pain pills. He took them for only a couple of days. He's doing what he's supposed to do. Hey, Tony, can you imagine sitting for 2 whole weeks with, as they say, toes to nose? You can't do anything except for get up and go to the restroom. Yeah. Well, he's doing it. He's not complaining. He's pleasant. You know, I just can't ask for more. My mom's cooperating with, she's worried about him because she, you know, she has Alzheimer's. So she does, every time she sees him, what happened? And we go through the whole story again, but we're doing it and it's fine. And coming here and being with you guys, that's my saving grace along with the Lord. So, okay, it's 8 o'clock. We've got people on. So let's get started. I'm Beverly Morales. I'm your host here at Stampin' All Day with Bev. I am so glad you're here on Facebook, and I am so glad that you're here on YouTube when I upload this to YouTube in a minute. And thank you, YouTube, for coming back. I know you probably didn't know where I was. Hi, Esteban. And but I just explained it all, so there you go. I do have an October host code. But before we go there, I want to say something. I want to thank you guys. So, you know, my customers, my downline, my upline, my followers on Facebook, my subscribers to YouTube. This year, because of all the things that go on in my life over and over and over again, God thinks I'm a strong person. He made me, so he knows, I guess. Anyway, I was not trying for the incentive trip this year at all. Farthest thing away from my mind, because I probably couldn't go anyway, right? I can't leave my mom that long. So I wasn't even trying. And I got close. So close. Holy cow. It's because of you guys. I said, oh my goodness, if I'd have been paying attention or whatever, maybe I could have earned it. But I am happy with the accomplishment of growing. I am happy that you guys are here. All these things together make my Stampin' Up! Business successful, and it's because of you guys. And I want you to know that I appreciate you. Now, this year just started. Yesterday was the first day. It didn't start out with a bang, though, did it? Because of the YouTube thing. I mean, the Facebook thing. But I'm going to try this year. So if you want to help me get there by placing orders with me, if you do not already have a demonstrator and you choose me as your creative coach, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I would love it. Those that already do, I love it. And we had a class on Saturday, in-person class, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute too. Just in my element. I have decided something. I am going to name all you people that come to my in-person classes my creative Einsteins. Creative Einsteins, that's what you are. They did a project that was a little bit detailed, and they were excellent, and they've sent me pictures, and they've done amazing jobs. So let's turn you down, and I'm going to talk about that too as we get going. All right. I haven't seen you in a while, so I'm long-winded, I know. And you guys want to see the project, so I'm going to go there because that's what you're here for. All right, so here's my host code. That's the important thing. If you decide to order from me, I would be honored and touched. That just means that I've earned your business, and I just am grateful for that. So this is the host code. So when you go online to where you can shop with me, here's my link, and you place an order, it will ask if you have a host code, and you can just type in that information right there, and that will help me as well. If you have any questions about anything I say or do, and I don't get to them, you can email me at mofun44@icloud.com. Okay? All right. We have a September winner for the Stampin' Cut and Emboss folder. It's called, what is it called? Did I cover up the name? Distressed 3D Tile. It's Adelia. Adelia, you are so lucky. I think you've won the monthly prize before. So congratulations. She placed an online order with me. There it is. It was selected randomly out of all the orders I got. And so this is going to go into the mail to her. I love that folder. I know she's gonna love it as well. And congratulations to you. Now I have another prize. Here is the last card I made while live, and it's these cute little monkeys in the window sheets, and that's cute little fun fold, and we have a winner for that too. Now, if you're the winner and I do not have your address, I need it, and I need it before tomorrow's live at 2. So Donna Moore, you are the winner. Please send me your address right away as soon as you see this before tomorrow at 2, and I will get this to you. Congratulations, Donna. All right, here is the catalog. Here is the page that this adorable fall set is on. Page 46, there is a bundle. There are the stamps and the dies, and then the samples that Stampin' Up! Made for us to show us how cute this is. But I will tell you that these samples, while they're gorgeous, because they're on paper, they just don't do this set justice. I thought, cute, and I really want that crate, but it wasn't at the top of my list, and I finally got it, and I am so happy that I did. And I hope you will be too. All right, so let me put this up here. So if you need to go to my website, you have the address. Here are the dies. So there is a little handle for the crate. There's 2 pieces to the crate, and one of them is embossed, so it has the wood-like look. There's some brackets. And then there's some gardening gloves and a hello script. There's some more this is a tag. And there's some more brackets here. Not going to use these today, but I am going to use all of these. Then there's the cutout for the flowers I'm using. And then I haven't used this one yet. There's some more dies for the pumpkins and the other things that go into the brackets, but I'm not using those today. I am using these today. I showed you in the catalog where they are. Here is the stamp set. So we have poinsettias, pumpkins, flowers, and then sentiments that you can use anytime, and a wood grain crate too. The DSP I'm using is from Hello Irresistible, and I chose to use this pattern here. Okay. And then I'm using the folder, Exposed Brick, the 3D folder. And I'm using a boatload of inks because I'm going to do a little bit of watercoloring, but it's the real easy, quick watercoloring. And if you are coming to open house this Thursday from 1 to 5 here at my place, to be a creative Einstein, then you are going to get to work with these dies in this bundle. We're going to make a really, really cute card using these things. So the other thing I want to tell you is on my class on Saturday, these girls made the box in a book project that I had come up with, and for everyone. And, oh, here they are. Here are 2. I've made like 8, but here are 2, and these are Christmas, and they are literally boxes inside a book tied with ribbon, and you can make them with any DSP, with any ribbon, for any occasion as a gift box. And everybody, and when they're on a shelf lined up like this, like books, they're just the cutest thing. Now, people ask me, can I get the PDF for that? Will there be a PDF for that? And I didn't know at the time, and I said, I will try. So I did try. Hey, Florence, I did try, and I did create a PDF. So if you took the class, either you emailed, you did it online, it wasn't a video online class, it was a PDF class. if you ordered what you needed to order, you already got your PDF, and that was free because of your order. But if you did not think you wanted to do it, or didn't know about it, didn't know if I was going to sell the PDF or not, I've decided to sell it because the people that have got it said it's wonderful. They love it. So if you want the PDF, go to email me and tell me you want the PDF. Once I receive payment of $5, email me here. I will send you the PDF, and you too can make that beautiful box in a book. Okay? Now, if you do buy the PDF, I'm going to ask that you do not give it away. Share it with your friends. You can give them my email, and they can purchase it as well. That's part of my business and how I stay alive. So I appreciate that. If you are in my downline and you want the PDF, you do not have to buy it. Just email me and tell me you want it, and I will give it to you for free as well. All right. Whew, that's a lot. Okay, let's get started. Here's the card. Here is the card. Remember I talked about kind of a collar thing? And here is the inside of the card where you can write your message. So what I'd like is, if you like what you see, let me know with a thumbs up, a hug, a heart, some type of emoji, so I know that I'm doing a good job and you like what you see. Now, there is a lot of detail in this card. There's the hello hanging from the handle. There's the gardening gloves, two-toned in the crate. There's beautiful florals out of the crate. And there's every day with you is better as far as your message goes, but you pull it out to see what you write on the inside. You can fold it like this and put it in as well. When you do that method, it doesn't stand up by itself. So I'm going to send this card like this, opened up, and slide it in like that. So they, one, know to pull it out. Some people don't. And then two, it will stand up on its own. Thank you, Cherry. I'm so glad you like it. Thank you for all the hearts, you guys. Thank you. So let's get started with this. And then at the end, I'm going to show you another sample using DSP here in these areas, and another stamp set, and my paper pumpkin. That paper pumpkin that I painted a couple of lives ago. Oh, it looks so pretty in this crate. So pretty in this crate. All right, let's get started. So you need a piece of 4 1/4 by 11 crumb cake cardstock. And you're going to score that on each end using your paper trimmer at 2 3/4. I've done that already. So you get a gatefold card right away, just like that, okay? 4 1/4 by 11. Here it is again in case you need to see it. And score from each end at 2 3/4. Okay, then you're going to get your paper trimmer. And you're going to take the scoring blade, not the cutting blade. The scoring blade is the light color blade, this one here. And you're going to put this score line that you just made at 2 3/4 on, I think I see something in my channel here. Get that out, yeah. I take my pick tool to clean out my channel when it's accumulated things. I cut a lot of those cardboards for the box in a book class, and so the channel was full of that too. All right, so I'm going to put the score line right in the channel, and then I'm looking in my camera to make sure everything's in camera. I'm putting the bottom end, the point, in the channel as well. So we're lining, make sure it doesn't move. I just looked up and saw that that had moved out of the channel, and this is in the channel. and then we're going to score. Score back and forth. This is cardstock. You can press pretty good. Then you're going to come to the other side. You're going to find your score line again right here. And your point, the bottom of the card right there. In the channel. Make sure it does not move, and you're going to score again. All right, so now we have on the two rectangle panels on the edges of the ends of both sides of the cardstock, we have an angle score. Okay, we're going to need our trimmer again, but for now, we're just going to fold this back and fold this over. So see how you get the, what I'm calling a collar. That makes the card. Now, if all cardstock, all pieces of cardstock are cut at 8.5 by 11 for the most part, if you do not get this to meet right here in the middle, that's okay because the crate goes there, okay? So now let's look back at the sample, and we're gonna see that this is embossed with the folder. So let's do that part. Get my cut and emboss machine here. Using this folder, we need platform number 1 and platform number 4. I am going to put the spine always, either first or last, into my machine. And if you want this machine, it's here is the code for it. I'm going to open this back up flat, the end of my cardstock, and I'm going to place it into the folder just like that. Okay. Then I'm going to take platform number 4. Make sure nothing moved. And run that through. Okay, now I have to do the same thing to the other side. But see, now we have this embossed end. Same thing to the other side. I like when I show you something twice so you can really understand how to do it if you see it more than once. That's kind of my thought with the watercoloring too. I had a question about watercoloring, so I like showing it a few times so the person that asked can see that. Okay, now we're going to just help that score line again that's there. It's hard to see because of the embossing. We're just going to help that again right there and with our bone folder. If you would like, it doesn't hurt to do the scoring second if you want to. So you can use the folder first and then score second. I just do it first because it helps me get the fold in there easier. Okay, so there we go. Now you're saying, Bev, this is hanging over. It is. That's why I said we need the paper trimmer again. So we're just going to come, or you can use your snips, whichever one you want. Put this back on your trimmer and cut this off. Okay, let's go to the other side. And you put the hangover in the channel and cut. And then we have the look there. Okay. This is not perfect right here, so I'm gonna make it perfect. The corner was off just a hair, so that means I'm gonna have to trim this again. But because it's so close, I'm just gonna use my paper snips. So that's how you can correct that if you need to. Let's check this one. That's good. Okay, so there we go. All right, so what else do we need? We need our very vanilla piece. That's the card itself in the card. And it is cut at 5 1/4 by 7 1/2. Did I move that too fast? 5 1/4 by 7 1/2. And we are going to fold that in half, corner to corner. Press with your finger. Use your bone folder to create a nice score line. Wing it back to make that beautiful seam there. And then we have a card that's going to fit into the base. Okay. Now I'm going to open it up flat, and I'm going to take Pretty Peacock ink because it's the same color as the Designer Series paper that I'm using for the gloves, and I just wanted to match that up a little bit. We're getting the stamp set from, hi Tina, we're getting the stamp set, or the stamp Every Day with You is Better. Inking that up and stamping that towards the top in the middle. Thank you, Marcia. There we go. And then on the inside, we're going to take Wild Wheat and the floral, also in the stamp set. And I'm only going to partially stamp, which means I'm just going to come down low and use half the stamp instead of the whole thing, just to get a pretty base in there. So that's all done. Very basic, easy stamping. Okay, let's go to, while we're stamping, oh, I still need Wild Wheat for this. While we're stamping, I'm going to grab the sunflowers, no, the flowers again. The sunflowers and the pumpkin are for open house. So I'm going to grab the flowers again, and I'm going to take a piece of scrap watercolor paper. Tap, tap, tap. Find a piece of the paper that's going to fit this. Lay it down, full palm on the stamp block, and press for a pretty image. And we're going to watercolor that. Okay. Let's get my card base and everything off to the side. And I'm going to come to my bowl of water and my aqua painters again. And this is for my customer that had asked about watercoloring. So you can select any colors you like. You don't have to use the ones I'm using today, but I'm going to tell you what they are anyway, just in case. So this is Blackberry Bliss. I burped the pad, remember? You get the ink on the lid. And this is so simple. You just have to use the tip of the brush and pretty much tap within the floral design that you want to be Blackberry Bliss. That's all there is to it. It's going to look beautiful when you're all done. It's going to spread because there's water on there and there's watercolor paper. Watercolor paper is in the annual catalog, next to the regular cardstocks, maybe on a different page, a couple of pages over. And look how dainty and beautiful that is. So easy. I'm literally tapping like this to make these little specks. That's it. All right, so let's do another color. Most leaves are green, so let's go to Old Olive. Most of my pads have been burped in advance, so I'm just picking up the color palette from the lid, and again, tapping within the leaves images. Tap, tap, tap. That's all. Like leaves, the same color. And then when you see a different leaf, you can change colors if you want. Okay, so those are done. Tap, tap, tap right in the spots. Easy peasy. Let's do Occasion Craze. It's a Occasion Craze is a type of an orange. This is fall. So this is a bigger leaf. Now, if you leave some white spots in there, I think it's very pretty. I think it's more of a watercolor look. But can you see that I'm literally, let me try it with holding the paper, tapping in there. It's making little lines. And then just tap again, and the water just helps it smooth out. As you go deeper in there, the color comes off and gets lighter. That's a nice look. So just let it do that. And then come back with the darker, re-ink it up, and come back with the darker and see how this one's getting lighter. Now, if you want both, then just add a little there and let it do its thing. Like I say, you can just get detailed in this, getting a little more detailed in this right now. You should let it dry completely first and then add darker if you want to add darker. I like this Cajun Craze a lot, so let's add it over here to these big leaves. And then another thing that's going to happen is when you start to color in more and more leaves, you might see leaves that you missed. So you can come back with another color or the color you used originally and fill those in. I like using the wild wheat for the stems. It's a green gold. It's soft, and it just lets, it doesn't take away the party. You know what I mean? It lets the colors be your eye candy. So I went back to the Bliss because there's some little tiny ones in here that I didn't get originally. So I'm just going to get them now. Thanks, Jean. All right. Easy enough, right? If you want to, you can grab the wild wheat stems. I like that look. It does two things for me. It's not such a straight line, and I've always called it this for 28 years. It's like when there's a yellow, it's like it brings out the sun. It makes it glow. All right, so I'm going to put away my water painter. There's the number 151298, and it comes in a pack of three different sizes, and this is ready to cut out with the coordinating die. See there? All right, let's get our machine. Cut that out. So we needed platform 1 for the folder and platform 4, right? But now we're switching to dies, so we always need platform 1. That does not change. But we also need platform 2. That makes it a little thicker. The dies are not as thick as the folders, so it needs the thickness. Let me turn this around so you can see the number. Then we need an acrylic number 3. All acrylics are number 3. So we have 1, 2, 3, easy. easy as can count, and it's easy. Lay the die onto the watercolor paper. I don't want it to move, so I'm going to tape it down with Post-it note tape. Post-it note tape is not something Stampin' Up! Sells. It's something you can get on Amazon or at any of your business business supply places. And then we're going to put acrylic. What number are acrylics? Number 3 on top. So we've really made a sandwich with the acrylics. One acrylic, our work, and then another acrylic. And we've cut out this beautiful fall bunch of flowers. Okay, leaves actually. Okay, so I'm done with this die and I'm done with the watercolor paper. So now I need a scrap. Let's put our whole concoction back over here. So we're going to do some more die cutting. I need my DSP scrap that I talked about. What is the name of that DSP, you ask? It's called Hello Irresistible. 161139 is the code. 6x6. And we're going to take one die, but it's 2 gloves, which I love. Then we're going to take scraps of crumb cake. This might not be enough scraps, but let's see what happens. Because I need the handle. I need the brackets. I need the crate. It's so cool how this crate works, you guys. So cool. And this one. Oh, I got enough. Oh, the hello goes on the designer series paper, but I want the gloves to be this pattern. And I want the hello to be the back side. There we go. Okay, we're going to pull this all out in order to give myself room to put this acrylic back on. And we're going to go through. Hello, everybody. Welcome to being here. I'm so happy and appreciative of you being here on this Monday morning. All right, look at these gloves. So stinking cute. Remember, I've taught you that the little holes in the dies are to push so your paper will come out. Look how stinking cute these gloves are in a pattern. I know my gardening gloves have a pattern, and I love them so much more just because we're girls, I guess. And then this darling hello. You're going to use this hello die a lot. All kinds of cards. And see, because I turned the paper over, it's a solid instead of the print. Okay, let's put that die back. Let's put that die. Oh, I need this die again. I'll show you what I'm going to do. All right, let's get this one out. Here's the crate. This is the one with the embossing wood look on it, the front. Here is the handle. Adorable. So at class, at the end of class, I showed my Creative Einsteins this card, and because in person it just, I don't care what we do, just like in the catalogs, it just looks better. Here's the 2 little brackets. And they loved it. They had no idea. Well, they didn't say this. The expressions I saw on their faces, they had no idea how adorable this crate was. And here's the base of the crate. Now, I know when I looked at the base of the crate, I said, good grief almighty, how do you put that together? Well, it's easy, and that's what I'm for. You're never going to have to wonder if you have me as your creative coach and you watch or follow. I will try to explain everything, and if I don't, you ask. So here are the gloves again. Why do I want the gloves again? I bragged about how pretty they were in that paper pattern, but I like two-tone. I like two-tone. So let's get the machine out of the way. I think we have everything we need cut out. See how useful this take your pick tool is too. If you don't have one, it's just a staple that you need. So here is the gloves in crumb cake. And I'm going to take my pieces and I'm going to start with my gloves. And I'm going to do a little surgery. I'm known for surgery, paper surgery anyway. There's a little score line right there, so I bent it so I can get right on there, and I'm going to cut off the cuff. And then I'm going to layer it on this, and look at the two-tone. So see in the card, if you notice it, I told you there's a ton of detail. There's a cuff right there. You don't have to do it to the second one if you don't want to because it's covered up, but I do just in case I layer it differently. They'll both have a cuff. And I just think it just adds something really adorable to your card. All right, so we need our liquid glue. This is also in the catalog, multi-purpose. Some of us call it green glue. Just because the bottle's green, the glue is white. And I'm gonna just cover up the hand. And then I'm gonna let it set up, which is always a great idea. Now that I said that, I'm gonna do the crate as well. So let's let those set up right now and come to the crate. Now, to put this crate together, how on earth does that happen? So simple, if you know one thing, which I want to make sure I tell you. This is the front of the crate. You can tell that's the back of the crate cut out. We need to fold the tabs in and up on the front. We would normally, I think, our brains tell us to make the tabs go backwards, right? Well, you don't on this. You make them go forward so you can see them popping up at you, okay? The reason that is because this crate is literally 3D. It's deep. You can stuff it with things. And that's what excites me so much, because Easter, birthdays, Christmas, Halloween, you name it, flowers, weddings, you name it. You can fill this crate with whatever you want. So you are not going to just be using this crate during the fall like you're seeing here. You're going to pull this crate out, this crate die out, and you're going to use it all the time. Now see, because I let my glue set up, I could easily put the designer series paper right on the hand, and it's not going to slip around. It's not going to cause any fuss. And if I don't get it on straight, it's set up, but it's not dry. It's going to still let me move the gloves around. Now look how cute they are two-toned. All right, so those are done. So let's bring the crate back over here now. And we're going to take the front of the crate, and we're simply going to place it down on these tabs. That's how stinking easy it is. I'm pushing down on the tabs so they'll be flat, so I can line this up. Pushing those tabs down flat. The crate is flat right now, but as soon as I let go, those tabs pop back up and I can put things in there very, very easily. Is that not the cutest thing ever? Look at that. So cute. Now, I want a little bit of color on this. So I remember I said I used a lot of different ink pads. So I went to Early Espresso and I got my blending brush. And I'm going to go off the paper and onto the crate just to give it some dimension. And then I've got these two little brackets. You don't have to use them if you don't want to, but I think they're adorable. So they've got an angle. So I place them so the angle cuts are even with the crate. So they're going to be tilted a little bit. Okay, so I lay them there with no glue. These are little, so I'm going to have to go to my, where are you? There you are. My silicone mat. This is the code. I'm going to flip these guys over to the back side and add a little bit of glue, real light. There's holes there, so avoid the holes. You don't want any seepage. And what do? We let it set up a minute. Okay, then this handle. I'm going to put glue on the bottom of both sides. Then I'm going to take my flowers, and I think I will put them on with a dimensional. And I'm going to slip these guys right in the crate. Push down. Then I'm going to take the brackets. Because they are set up with glue, they're just going to do what I tell them to do and sit there. Push. All right. Now for the handle, I'm going to put this one here. I want to get behind the flowers a little bit. No, I don't. I want to get this one behind the flowers and this one in front of the flowers. There we go. So push down where the glue is and push down where the glue is. Get it as high or as low as you want. The glue is going to let you adjust. I want this side a little higher. I want this side a little lower. There we go. All right. So now I'm going to take my glove and I'm going to turn it this way so we've got some fingers showing. What am I going to do? I'm going to let that set up. Then I'm going to take a mini dimensional. So we have dimensionals in two sizes. Here's the mini. And I'm going to put this mini right here. Did I get two of them? I got two of them. I meant to get one. Okay. So here's the difference. See the mini and the large? Okay. So this is, had time to set up a little bit. And we're going to pull the paper backing off of this one. If it won't come off easy, take your nail and pinch, and then the end will pop up, and you should be able to get it off. Then I'm going to kind of lean this back onto the dimensional and put some fingers over the crate. Now the glue is going to let me move this around if I want that hanging out more. There we go. I don't want that finger. I think I want this finger. There we go. Come on. Okay. All right, so now the hello. Isn't this a cute little cluster? I call when you've got a focal point of a bunch of different things a cluster. So we're going to take some baker's twine now. And I'm going to, well, let me measure it for you. I'm going to take 11 inches. and I'm going to double it, and I'm going to take the little loop end here, and the H has a little hole at the top. I'm going to slip that loop in there, and then I'm going to put it on the handle and take these ends, the two loose ends, and put them through the loop and pull, and it's going to make its own little tie there. Okay, now you can pull the legs apart, and it's going to make a little knot right in the hole of the H, and then you can tie a darling bow. Now there's a lot of legs left here with 11 inches, and I'm making my loops a little smaller, so let's do it again. I think the more baker's twine, the better. Double bow, just a different way of doing it. Grab both the loops at the same time and pull taut, and then such a cute cluster with a subtle hello, but it shows up because it's solid DSP instead of patterned. All right, let's come back here and let's put this down. There's our card. Isn't that great? So what do I pay attention to now? I pay attention to where I need to put glue. We don't want glue to be back here so it sticks to the card there. We only want glue to stick to these two pieces of the card. So I have my finger here that tells me I need glue there. Do that again. I want glue there. Then I'm going to look again. I want glue here. Okay, I'm going to let that set up because it's going to keep this down. While you're letting things set up, you don't have to waste time. I'm going to close my ink pad, put away my glue, my baker's twine, my snips. All right, take my card that goes on the inside. Remember, I'm going to load it like this, so just so that my recipient knows to pull that out. Keep hearing that people say with fancy folds they don't even know that there's a surprise inside. And then I've got that glue pretty much set, so I'm going to press right here where I know the glue is, and there we go. We want these little cuffs to pop up. Now gotta give it a time to set. This does not go all the way to the bottom. We want the bottom of our card closed as well. So I'm going to take a piece of scrap cardstock that was in my trash. Yeah, that's a pretty good piece of cardstock, you might say, but I have so many scraps that I don't need it. I do save some of them. Okay, so I'm going to just put glue in like this on the very edge. Then the base of the card is going to stay still as well. Now I just saw this bracket move. That means that I did not put enough glue at the bottom of the bracket. So I'm going to do that now. And we just have to give this a second for that glue to dry. Looks like it's drying now. Okay, do I have some clips here? I don't. So while this is completely drying, I want to show you another card made the same exact way, but with different stamp sets. Remember when I colored the pumpkin from Paper Pumpkin the other day for you, when I did an alternative? I used designer series paper instead of a folder. And the card is a different stamp set. So much love for you. I have a cousin that's in the hospital. She broke her hip and she's recuperating. I have so many people that are so close that I love so much that are hurting right now. So this is going to her as soon as I get off this live. This is from Paper Pumpkin. This is the same baker's twine linen thread that I used, same crate, and it's just this pumpkin that I painted matched the same designer series paper that I showed you today for the gloves. This is in the same pack. So if you have Paper Pumpkin, you could fill your crate with the pumpkins as well. Now this is dry, so the bottom is going to allow it to stand. The back of the card is going to allow that to stand. So there you go. Isn't that fun? So let me know, RSVP, by tomorrow at noon if you are going to come to open house Thursday from 1 to 5, or let me know in a comment here. I already have some people signed up so I can make your free make and take. All right, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just email me, call me, we'll talk. All right, you guys have a nice day. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.